Jeremy, you've had a couple of injuries you had to work through this year. Now that we're at this point of the season, when you had to set out those games in January, what did that mean for you? What did you learn about the team and about your game that you used when you came back?
Yeah, kind of the game just kind of slowed down for me. Seeing stuff on the sideline that I can kind of incorporate in my game when I'm out there, but really just letting the young guys work, letting them grow. I think that was a big thing for me, sitting out, letting them kind of just throw them out in the fire. Me not being out there, I think that was a big thing of their growth this season, and I think everything paved out the way it's supposed to be.
And at this point, do you feel like you managed it correctly? That could have sat out some more games, maybe got a little healthier. How do you feel about that part?
I think I came back at the right time. I felt like if I would have I kind of like those last couple of days, I felt like it was just all mental for real. Just kind of just not worry about it too much. Listen to the docs. The doc said it's going to be all good. I was all good. I was good then, but I'm real good now.
Because every once in a while,
Jeremy, what do you think goes into playing your best basketball in March?
Just you got to go for it. You can't wait for it to come. You got to go take it. Nothing's gonna be given. Nothing's gonna be easy. You got to go out there and make stuff happen. So.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
So, did you come follow after yesterday's win, or did you get to talk to him?
Yeah, I talked to him before the game. He just said good luck. He knows how tough these round of 64 games are. This is one game at a time. We just had a motto last year. Like every game we played, or like on a day we say we play Saturday, we'd be like Saturday, like just focusing on one game at a time. So that's what he was saying to me.
Knowing that Duke walked these hallways, like the brotherhood is here. What's that like for you guys?
Gives us an extra boost of confidence. Obviously, a lot of Duke players have played here, so they've kind of warmed the nets up for us, warmed the court up for us a little bit, but gives us a little extra support too.
I know you've been asked this, but real quick, what have you seen from this Tennessee team heading into this matchup?
Yeah, they're a tough physical team. They're a big, strong team. They kind of remind me of Texas Tech from last year when we played them. Kind of similar game, similar styles, but we just want to play our game, focus on them, focus on what we can control, and go out there and fight.
Sorry guys, I got to take jitters out your system and everything. Like as a team, you guys are ready for the next challenge of the next team.
Coming into March Madness, it can be a lot of jitters coming in, especially as a freshman when since a young man, you look up and always watching March Madness. So I feel like that first game definitely helped us get them jitters out and, prepared us for the rest of this tournament.
Coach Howard was talking about how unselfish you've been in certain situations this year, yesterday on the podium. How does that make you feel, and what kind of family and friends were hitting you up about your performance yesterday, I guess, overall?
They make me feel good. That's the main thing I'm about is just winning. I'm always going to be put the team first before myself, so just knowing that if that's what I'm just needed for me to come off the bench and, score the ball, that's what I'm going to do. And, it meant a lot just seeing my family and friends come out here and all be together, finally once again since I've been in high school and just watching me play for the first time in college.
Does Tennessee remind you guys of any other teams you've played so far this year?
They're a great defensive team, but we've seen a lot of great defensive teams. We played Virginia, a couple last week, so, we just got to come in and lock in, make sure we follow the scout and we'll be fine.
You've been on the big stage before, Dariq. What really helped you out last night to come off the bench and score those 13 points that you did?
Really, it was just confidence, just coming in the game, being confident, not being nervous or anything like that, just listening to my coaches and my teammates, and that it paid off.
Is there anything that you really acclimate your game towards remaining calm and being confident out there on the floor?
Really, I just come in with a defensive first mindset. Just come in and take the guard and let the offense take care of itself, and that's kind of the mindset I come in, applying in every game. And some games it play off on the offensive end, and some games, got to figure things out. But that's the mindset I bring in every game. They're a great defensive team. I believe they're top 5 offensive rebounding team in the country. So we just got to make sure we keep them out of our paint, make sure we limit them to one shot, and then we got to guard how we've been doing all year.
How has the ACC tournament helped you guys kind of get used to that, maybe just a day in between playing and then immediately focusing on a new opponent?
That was the main, I feel like that helped us the most, just being able to go from one game, then having to scout another team that night, and then come the next day and play another team. And then here at March Madness, you get a day in between, but it really just, it takes your focus level to another level, just knowing that you got a couple hours to, learn about a new team, and it's technically survive and advance. You know, it's kind of the most important scouting that you'll do all year. So just knowing that we've got to stay locked in and, you know, just taking it one game at a time.
In the post, you know, they bang down low. They're a really physical team. You know, that's something we've seen before. That's something we're not new to. Something we've came accustomed to. You know, being able to just adapt to the physicality. We've all been able to do that. So we're just going to do this for next game.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Hey, we're the second wave.
What's up, y'all?
That's the way it goes, man.
Tennessee's pretty tough too, so they'll be a little more physical in this game. You guys prepared me.
Definitely is. You know, we know they're going to be a physical team. That's something we're not new to. We're being able to make sure that we stay poised and just don't get punched. Don't get punched first. We try to throw the first punch and make sure that we try to knock them back before they try to knock us back.
What's the key to defending physical players without fouling? How do you do that?
It's really just doing everything before they get to the ball, making sure that they're out of position, make sure that they're uncomfortable, and making sure that you're just making the right steps. You know, there's going to be a lot of different calls you're going to get in high school and college and in the NBA. So being able to make sure you know your calls. You know, if you're in the restricted area, you got to make sure you jump instead of going straight up. Because if you go straight up, they're going to call a foul 100% of the time. You got to be able to make sure you jump, so you know you can stay in the game and make sure you just make a bigger impact. So it's just little things you just try to focus on.
There was a time when you were bumped off last night. You recovered quickly. That seemed to be footwork. Is that something that they've been working with you on? And you know, you were right back in position, and you're playing with hands high.
Yeah, you know, I feel like that's just something I've just gotten used to throughout these games. You know, everyone's going to try to be more physical with me, trying to use like my light and my lightness and my height against me. But you know, I have light feet. You know, I just try to bounce back and just try to get right in front of them. Fortunate enough, you know, Ryan's been doing that to me pretty much all practice, the whole season. So I've gotten some time to get used to.
So that's a go-to guy to give you the bumps.
Oh yeah, you know, being able to Ryan's got me in the post for a very, very long time. He's a great player, and he's just been the reason why I've been able to develop this defensively.
I'm probably going to butcher his name, but Plavsic. What do you see on tape from him? Is he at all similar to Edie? I know he's a little bit shorter than that, but size-wise.
I think that he was a really good player. He's someone who's really banging to the post. He's someone who's always physical, and he's always on the offensive boards. He's doing a lot of stuff that, you know, if the ball's over there, he's doing stuff on the other side of the court, making sure he's getting the right position, making sure he's boxing out well. You know, he's a great player. So being able to make sure that keep him under control, making sure that we keep him off the glass, something that we're really focusing on.
What's been the message from last night to today with practice only have a couple hours in between these games?
You know, we just make sure we just keep our head high, making sure we're moving on to the next game. We're not holding on to the last game. We're moving on to the next. We got the next game plan going. We're already getting our bodies and our minds right, and we're just making sure we're prepared for this next game.
What do you think is going to be the biggest thing that'll get you that victory to make it to the Sweet 16?
Being able to make sure we throw the first punch, and we make sure we just stay on the gas the whole time. You know, we can't let up on this team. They're a very good team. You know, I feel like this is March Madness, so any team can go on a run. So being able to make sure we just keep control of the game, and make sure we hold it throughout the whole game is something that's very important.
Just touch on what
What are you seeing from this Tennessee team as you head into this matchup tomorrow?
Yeah, they're definitely an experienced team. You know, really physical, really good on the interior. I think we're just gonna have to, battle them. You know, we've seen teams like this before, so it shouldn't be nothing new to us. And, I think just gonna take fight. You know, just trying to get in the paint, protect our paint. I think we'll be good.
How does the ACC tournament and the quick turnaround kind of help prepare you guys for this tournament?
Yeah, I think it has a lot. You know, playing those 3 games in 3 days, but also just having a lot of Saturday, Monday games during the season. I think we had a couple more than most teams had, so we're kind of used to the one-day preps and what goes into it. It's nothing new to us.
Mark, what do you think goes into playing your best basketball in March?
I think we just started clicking at the right time. You know, especially as a team that hadn't played together much. You know, in the past, it's our first year all together. So I think just we kind of just figured each other out, and it's definitely showing at the right time.
We were just talking to Jeremy about obviously quite a few Duke alumni have played in this building with the Magic and various other away teams coming in with the NBA. Does that give you guys a little extra boost? I mean, we've seen their photos along the hallways and things like that.
It's definitely cool to see it. I don't know if it gives us a boost per se, but it's definitely cool to see the Wendell place here in Palo, obviously. Just see the guys and see the pictures and things around. It's definitely cool just to know they're associated with us.
Have you heard from any Duke alumni kind of about the tournament, or has anybody reached out to you guys?
Not that I know of. I'm sure they have. I know they're always supporting and things like that, so I know they're always rooting for us.